All right. I'm gonna just make it seem like it's casual, like I'm drinking water.
With the sunglasses on, that's crazy.
That's some good water right there. Welcome, Mark. How you doing, buddy? Mark is a bit tired. He just did a speaking engagement or two. How many?
Did a lot of speaking today, a lot of work, and although I normally don't do more interviews the night before a show, we're gonna shoot the pod tomorrow, I said that I would do this interview for free. I just thought I might get some water.
I apologize, man.
You got water. You got water.
He's being, but he's not saying that he didn't want regular like filtered water.
Can I see your glass?
It's a little danky.
No, danky would be this glass. If you could, I don't know if it's HD, but there's more stains and marks on this glass. You see
Yeah, this definitely looks like a stranger.
Nah, that's the flavor. You know, we grew up in the 80s,
like,
90s.
yeah,
That's
like
flavor
an 80s
right
cup.
there.
It's definitely an 80s cup.
That's asbestos right
How
there.
long that cup's been around.
like the Jurassic Park cup.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
Word, McDonald's
apologize.
is-
So no, I'm not drinking from that dirt. I'm not drinking tap water from a dirty glass.
I understand.
It's how to stop treats a fellow we worker.
Crazy.
A WeWorker or Powder of the Month, man, multiple times.
I mean,
You're on a losing streak though, so I'm wondering if you're gonna get it
I
back.
don't say it's a losing streak.
Okay, what would you say?
I'm just having one. Like everybody in the NBA is not on a losing streak for MVPs when they don't win the MVP.
That's true.
You know, I don't
But it
think
was just
about
you
that.
were so dominant that sometimes your dominance
You
can
came
come
in
off
like Braun. You came in real strong. Like,
By the way, this is Fritzo. By the way, for
You also
the
didn't tell me
audience.
I was doing an interview with two people.
I felt like I did.
you
No.
ain't tell him that, bro. You ain't.
Okay,
It's wholly unprofessional.
totally.
You said
was
my
a-
friend will be here.
Yeah,
You see the difference between being
I
here and
apologize.
doing an interview?
I apologize.
So you thought I was here as muscle or something like that? Where he trying to?
Danny needs it.
He do.
He causes a lot of problems for people.
Yes. Queensland is crazy. I do need muscle. I'm not gonna put my hands in someone's face. So not that Fritzo would do that.
I'm not doing that. I got kids, bro. I
That's
got.
true, but I
you
need
know what I mean? I
somebody-
got
I
a
need-
9 to 5. I need that. You know,
Apologies.
stay out of prison.
Well, Mark, it's been a long time. This whole thing, getting to this place, was a lot.
Yeah, it took a lot. Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy. That's a big thing. You know, I always love doing interviews. I'm be busy. And the couple of times where we were trying to make it happen, some life stuff happened, and we just couldn't get our signals together. And you're so busy doing other things as well.
Watching the pod. Yeah.
Yeah,
1000%.
drinking water. That it just couldn't happen, but it did happen. We're here, and I'm I don't know if I wouldn't say I'm glad.
Don't bang the table. You might. The mic might pick it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this isn't actually real wood either.
Yeah. All right.
Wow,
Yeah.
this whole thing is flimsy.
Yeah, but this actually, they said Joe just had an interview here.
I don't know about
And
that.
you know who else had an interview here?
Who?
Melyssa Fords.
Oh, dope.
So
Joe, Melyssa, did Manny do his interview here?
no, I don't think he's gonna get in here.
I mean, you did an interview with Manny.
Not here.
Not here,
That was
okay.
like that WTF media. This is not WTF.
Gotcha. But okay, I was gonna say because that's a lot of JBP talent in one place.
You call him Manny talent?
He's one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Okay.
So he's super talented.
All right. Well, there you have it. Are you concerned about other cast members seeing this?
No one watches your work.
That's not true.
That's crazy.
No one will
Come on,
see
man.
this.
Now we're gonna lie.
Damn.
About Big Stop.
Big stop. That's what you call.
Yeah.
Big stop.
Big Stop.
This is the first time I heard that. Him.
He's workshopping it.
That's the
No,
first
that's
time
the-
I heard
that's
that. I ain't
the-
gonna lie
I
to you.
did not
You my
get that in
man.
the WeWorks group
15
chat.
million views, man.
You my man's, but I ain't never
This
heard
what?
you say
This
that.
year?
Wait, 15 million views and really 25 million views all. And then if you count Twitter, probably close to 50.
That's dope. That's dope. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thank you, man.
Shit, all
Thank
right.
you, man. But I know Imani caught grief from members of the cast when he sat down with me, so I thought it might be the same. I don't know.
I don't remember him catching grief.
That's what they made it seem like on the pod.
I don't know if grief. I don't want to be hyperbolic about it, but you know, I do what I do, and I try to move in the spirit of what's principled and right, and this feels right today.
Today, maybe not tomorrow. When you're
Maybe
waking-
at the end of the interview.
yeah.
I can't say.
Might have to take a shower after this. But why did you come here? I feel like you have a fan base.
You invited.
Yeah, but I feel like you enter places that a lot of people question why you're there, even including the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah, I don't think about it that way. I like to go where the people are. That's why I'm at JBP, because that's where the people are. And I mean the people, capital T, capital P, you know, like the people, you know. I believe in my political tradition, you know, you're here to serve the people. You're here to engage the people. And so that's what I do. As a JBP member, I think it's really important to engage what I consider to be the show's media apparatus. That's people like y'all, the JBTV community. That's, you know, Elevation. I know you don't like me shouting out your competitors, but these are just the people, you know, all of whom are part of.
He ain't paid for the studio. I paid for the studio.
Now
You
put
wanna
that man
shout
on the
out.
hot seat. That's my man's. But put him on the hot seat.
No,
he came and did the interview
man,
for free.
Let's get right, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
man. No, but all of you all are our media. You know, you all extend our work beyond the borders, and so having a relationship with you all, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, is important.
okay. How do you feel about marrying the JVP elevated versus me? Like, what do you think? Is it
Honestly,
like
y'all are just so different. Y'all do different work. You engage differently. You have a particular style. He has a different style, both in terms of how you deliver the videos, but also how you engage. For example, you do spaces. You do a lot of live engagement with audiences. You have a kind of community and team with you. The brother over at Elevation does his more solo. He puts out a lot of content, a lot of daily content, a lot of interesting daily content, a lot of provocative daily content. His areas of speculation and investigation seem different than yours at times. Not better, not worse, just different. And so there's a lane for everybody. And I'm glad that people are finding ways to make content about content.
yeah.
Yeah.
You seen that dude who walks around his neighborhood and like talks about y'all?
I've seen one or two videos. I don't follow him as close, but I've seen a couple of his videos. I saw like 2 of them,
Yeah.
2 or 3 of them. They don't pop up in my algorithm the same
He
way.
claims to keep it real.
Does he not keep it real or something?
I don't know what's real.
It sounds like y'all have an issue.
I don't have an issue. He has an issue with me. He called.
Why does he have an issue with you?
I don't know. I think the issue is that I don't keep it real.
What would keeping it real look like to him?
I don't know.
What specifically have you done to piss him off?
I think he feels like I'm too nerdy. He's called me Danny Windhorse, so I assume that he thinks that I'm like Joe Budden's my LeBron.
I thought it was more of a body shaming thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see both sides of that. Yeah, I think it's
It
dope.
might be either or
Yeah.
both.
Yeah. Might be. Yeah. I think Brian's talented, so I don't.
Brian
know if
Windhorse is hella
yeah.
talented. You don't get to these levels without being talented. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, there you have it. Is everything okay?
Just thirsty.
He need water.
Okay.
Nah, he need
We
water.
can stop the interview and go get water.
That would have been the polite thing to do.
All right, let's stop the interview, guys. All right, so presumably this is where we cut back. Our engineer was nice, and he decided to go get water. Definitely nice of a white man to do that.
That is
That's
nice.
crazy. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see race. I didn't even know he was white.
Okay.
Nah, that's facts. But listen, still,
Shout out to
facts are
DJ.
the facts.
Let's get to it. Hopefully, you're not parched to answer this questioning. I'm like a young Heraldo Rivera.
That could mean a lot of things.
Yes, a lot of things.
Be careful with
You know,
that
Heraldo
chair.
sort of concealed his ethnic and racial identity for years.
Is he Jewish?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's Jerry Rivers.
Oh,
Oh, I never knew that. That's
Exactly.
news
That's what
to
Danny
me.
meant. So what is yours, Danny?
I don't want to say.
Yeah. Heraldo
Toeing the
Rivera.
line.
Yeah.
He toeing the line. Watch out for that
I was
chair.
actually
to the
a
next.
Rush Limbaugh React channel before I got here
Rush
under
didn't
the
like me.
name Jerry McCanney.
That tracks.
G. McCanney.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, from the block. And it went wrong when he passed away.
Yeah.
So I had to adjust, and I found Joe. Yeah. So anyway, speaking of Rush Limbaugh, Queenzflip. How are things going with Queenzflip?
In terms of
Life.
I don't know. I talked to him. He called me yesterday. I didn't get a chance to hit him back. Playing a little phone tag this weekend, but I think his life is good. He seems happy. His family's great. He's great. Making great content. Super productive. Seems dope. I always like to let people speak for themselves, but from what I can see, things seem great with him.
Somebody sent me a clip before I sat down, and they said that you mistook Ice's girl for Milfy.
I couldn't see. Yeah, it wasn't that they look alike. It was that the hallway is like. I mean, it's super deep. Like I just saw a person coming in, and I thought the person was with Flip. And sometimes they do content, and that's why. Once she got into my eyesight, also I don't see as clearly as I used to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I actually need glasses. I'm gonna probably start wearing them at some point.
Oh man, it looks like you about 10 years too late wearing
I need like readers now. I don't need like,
Okay.
but I can see my I used to have perfect vision, and now I can't see certain things
Yeah.
from a distance.
I was just bringing up Flip because I was like, I can't imagine things before like with you guys are exactly the same. I don't know if that's just the way I view the world. Like I feel like if I get into an argument like that, I have a hard time just continuing the same way.
Yeah, that's not my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be the case in certain situations, but in this case, not at all. And I've had lots of situations like this one.
That's what I'm about to say. I feel like
When you're friends
TV,
and family with people, it's different.
yeah.
And when you work on a set with somebody and you put in those hours every day, you become like family.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
And it was never that deep, but we're totally good. Like we didn't talk that weekend just because life was lifing, but we talked like that Monday or something. And yeah, it's all love.
I was wondering as I was, because this is not about Flip. I was more cautious, like thinking about narratives. Are you going to be more cautious playing into narratives? Because this seemed to escalate, like when the position was taken that like you were actually behind the scenes, demanding raises behind people's back, and it seemed like you had an issue with that, even though it was like a joke. But it escalated into something real.
I don't think I'm going to be any more or less cautious. I think I'm myself on camera, but there's also jokes on camera, and we play into the jokes, and I think they're funny.
Yeah.
And if something's not funny or somebody doesn't find it funny, then I would stop. But as far as I know, everything is everything.
Yeah, but I would say you didn't want that out there just by the way you went on Spaces and was like, well, that's not what happened.
There's a difference between me, like, I didn't want people to believe that actually was happening. Most of our jokes are so obviously tongue-in-cheek that no one actually thinks I'm the lieutenant. Do you get what I mean? Like, that's not a real thing. Yeah. But like, if I wouldn't want somebody to actually think that I'm like secretly advocating to get people paid less.
Yeah.
Or for myself to get paid more.
Yeah, I wouldn't see that. I didn't think that.
Yeah, no.
But it was cool. Like a little scrap with your friend, little family. That's regular
Brothers
stuff.
argue. That's all. It's just simple. Brothers argue. That's my brother. We have disagreements. We argue. Sometimes on camera, sometimes off camera. All of us. And that was it. It wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just under the prism of the Joe Budden podcast and the history of it, any type of contract thing just seems real. No.
I could see how someone might feel that way, but I don't know enough about the history to speak to it, anything before me, but I can say, a lot of stuff is just fun.
Yeah. Is it possible that because I'm wondering, why would Joe say that? Like, I for a second thought, like, is it possible that Mark asked for a raise from like Ian or something, and like he brought it up as a joke because he knew about it?
I think it was just a joke, and I just picked up on it because we're performers. I didn't ask anybody for a raise. So that's how no part of it is true because I haven't asked anybody for any money. I wouldn't do that, but also I didn't do that. And there hasn't even been a situation that could be misunderstood as that. Like, it's not like, well, I asked for a raise, but that's not what I said, or I didn't talk about money, but not about that. I don't need to talk about money.
How would you feel if I said, I think you deserve a raise, Mark?
You don't know how much I make.
Yeah, but whatever it is, I feel like you deserve more.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
From your lips,
yeah,
you know what I mean, to God's ears.
Matter of fact, I feel like calling Ian right now.
I thought you about to pull out a check.
Ian told me to give you a hug when I saw you for him.
Is that like a kink he has?
I don't know. I told him I wouldn't do it. He said, well, then tell Danny that I told you to give him a hug and that you wouldn't do it. So there you go.
All right.
You lucky
step on it, my friend. Oh no, yeah. I hope y'all don't think any of these three are for y'all.
Nah, that's all you right there.
Wow.
That's the good stuff too.
Got a cheese pizza too.
Oh wow.
See,
to DJ.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Can you eat cheese?
Can I eat cheese? You mean like religiously, like lactose intolerantly?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Yeah, like any of those.
I can eat cheese under any and all
He
circumstances.
putting you in a box.
I don't want to eat any cheese, but I'm gonna eat a good meal when I leave here.
I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna get my my favorite sushi.
So we're still recording, right? I feel like we're recording.
Yeah.
All right.
We've never stopped recording. You thought you asked me that money shit off camera? Off camera, I gave you a different answer.
Wow.
You got
Did
that
the
right?
intellectual community hold you accountable?
I don't even know what the intellectual community is.
Me neither, but
So when I hear that, it's not me being cagey. I don't even know what that means. But when you mean for what, my argument?
yeah, because
No.
it felt like
Quite the opposite.
they did this whole thing where they castigated Flip And it just feel like that's the pitfalls of like intellectualism or performative intellectualism, because I don't see how anyone saw that clip. And this is why I questioned the Native Land podcast. If they did see it, how did they come around thinking like Flip was wrong all the way? And like, I'm not gonna talk to Flip because I feel like it was like y'all put y'all quarters in the jukebox and y'all both danced.
You have more of a Charlemagne perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his. No, I mean I'm not being funny. I think that's his. I think
No, I know what he
Charlemagne's
means because Charlemagne was on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and he took that was basically his take.
Yeah.
He said, "This some nigga shit," right? I think Charlemagne's take was the most accurate of what happened, and I think his take echoed Joe's take. I don't think Flip got a fair deal in all of it. I think Flip was poorly treated by the public.
Mm-hmm.
I think the tricky words thing was taken out of context.
Yeah.
I understand Flip now that I look back. I do see why he said tricky words.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that, but his use of language was correct,
Mhm.
even if I disagree with the assessment.
Yeah.
Flip didn't do anything wrong in his language, you
Yeah.
know. And so I thought in some ways he became like a proxy or a stand-in for a whole bunch of arguments people already wanted to have.
Yeah.
And that was unfair to Flip. People kept me accountable. No, I wouldn't say so. I think what I got a lot of was, you shouldn't be up there. You know, which is unfortunate because it's not fair and it's not true.
And you want to be up there.
I love being up there.
You seem like so happy up there.
Genuinely, I am.
I'm mimicking you. You drank water, I drank water. How about that?
But I drink clean water.
Yeah, that's true. The choices we've made.
If you give people a dirty glass of water and a clean glass of water,
What you gonna choose?
they'll choose the clean water.
MLH, back at it again. But I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I hope you guys get right. It's just odd, you know. Sometimes I think your jokes are really abrasive and childish and sophomoric on the pod, and I don't think you would deny that. So,
Nah, he about to
Do
run
you
you a fade.
feel-
That look like
No, I'm
like he
saying,
about to
like-
run you a Philly
wait,
fade.
I don't think it's sophomoric
I think
or childish. I think they're.
Yeah,
I think they're. Some of them are higher brow. Some of them are lower brow.
very low.
But I think low brow is different than sophomoric
Okay,
because
let me look that up.
because I think. I mean, forget the dictionary for a minute. Just here, you know, I'm trying to make a nuanced distinction between. I mean, what I'm saying is correct, but go ahead. You seem
No,
like-
break it down.
Oh, but for me, it's more like saying, you know, there are different styles of comedy.
No.
So I could watch an episode of Frasier and think that that's really funny, and I could also watch Martin in the train station as what? Oh, I can't think of her name. She takes his tuna sandwich and steps on it when she
I
says she
don't
likes.
watch Seinfeld like that.
Name is Shirley.
Martin.
something.
Martin, my bad. I don't watch.
Yeah,
I
you definitely
don't watch.
Geraldo. He definitely.
Yeah,
I
so-
saw it.
You
Seinfeld or Martin, so you
cosplaying,
can't
my
even go
guy.
there.
Yeah, I'm not making a racial joke. My
Yeah.
point is, like, Martin is a certain style of comedy that people
Yeah.
would not consider highbrow comedy.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call it sophomoric comedy, right? There's something clever and thoughtful about it, even though it plays to the so-called cheap seats. A lot of that is class-based and it's elitism, and I don't like that. So, you know, if I make a joke about
Imani being abused as a child.
that wasn't what I was going to say, but
That's what
Yeah,
happened.
that went.
But-
yeah.
but that wasn't my hypothetical. But I'm happy to use that one. So when we made the joke about, I made the joke about when he met Michael Jackson. I think Sasha or somebody asked him what it was like to meet Michael. No, it was Mona.
Mhm.
I wasn't on with Sasha.
I
Mona-
think the one I was referencing is when you were holding a doll and you were like, tell them where they touched you on the doll or something like that.
Yeah,
And then-
that's directly connected to like psychotherapy. Like to me, that's not a childish self-harm joke. I think
Okay.
you might say it's hitting below the belt. You might say it's I mean, there are criticisms of that joke to be made.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't say it as childish. The reason I'm saying that is not to defend my jokes, but to say that I think that leads to an unfair argument against the pod that somehow what we're doing is like not sophisticated enough.
Oh no, not the whole pod. I was just talking about you specifically, but I can agree that it maybe sophomoric wasn't the word to use. There's actually some tact, there's some intelligence, but if you say below the belt, do you feel like the below the belt stuff is too nasty or crazy?
No, not to me. But I base that on communication with my colleagues.
Okay.
Like I don't think I think only once have I made a joke that I didn't feel certain they'd be okay with.
Care to share?
I made a joke about a man. I think it was about being homeless. And then I went over and asked him about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And he punched me in the face.
Okay.
No, the result?
Come again?
He really
Punch
you
you in
really
the
threw them
face?
hands?
No.
Oh, okay.
He said it was
listen,
cool. He laughed. He laughed. He said, "No, I'm just tired." And then we
I
went
heard
back to
about him
work.
on. I heard he threw them hands. That's why
Yeah.
anytime anybody say he threw them hands, I just want to double check.
It was a real quick conversation. He said, "No, I'm just tired." Because I'm always reading my co-leagues, and I'm like, "Yo, how are you feeling this interview? How are you thinking? What's the energy level, etc." And a lot of it's intuitive, but some things, especially when you're sort of new, you gotta check in on people, and so that's what I try to do.
It's just delicate because those types of jokes, like you said, like one moment you could misread somebody. Like, what if you read somebody, you think they're okay with it, and it's like, oh man, they're upset or they're angry, something happened. Like I know a man, he was fighting a diagnosis, so
which I didn't know at the time.
Yeah, those things are dangerous.
It's always dangerous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a date. Making fun of people. It's a dangerous enterprise.
Yeah,
Still got to do it though.
You don't got to do it, but if you choose to do it, and I think that's part of it's in the DNA of the show to tease each other.
Yeah.
Then I think you just have to be careful about it.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to do.
And I love that because I'm not used to that with you. I've been following you for years, as we all have, and just seeing you speak the way you speak and do a lot of these different like shows. And to see you on this show, it's like seeing you in a different light. And I think that's great, But I do think sometimes people might be like, "Oh shit, he taking it too far." Like, nah, that's just the other side of him, or that's a part of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes because I felt like seeing like the Blue Toulousemas or seeing the Angela Rise or seeing all of them talk about like things, it kind of made me reflect on your discussions about why you joined the pod. Like you want to have communication with certain people you never get to talk to. But when the flip thing went down, it kind of struck to me, is your presence on the pod as unifying as you hope it to be, or is it more divisive?
Unifying to who?
To like those, like I guess
who would I be unifying? I'm sorry.
The people that you said you wanted to talk to.
I don't know if I want to unify anybody. I don't think I thought about it that way. That's not to say that wouldn't be a great added benefit, but for me, it was much more about saying there are communities I want to talk to, there's information I want to share, there's perspectives I want to hear, there's teaching and learning that needs to happen in both directions.
Yeah.
I think in doing that, we'll find, as Joe said the other day, that we're more common than we are different.
Correct. That was a classic Joe.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And that might bring about some unity, but my goal wasn't I want to unify the people. It was I'm an educator. That's what I do. That's who I am. But above all else, I'm an educator, and that's all I want to do.
Do you feel like you're educating the people on in the audience? Do you feel like you're accomplishing that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. That's the goal. I'm not there to educate my co-hosts. I'm there to educate the audience. We're all there to educate the audience.
And I want to tie up this segment that was started with Flip. Is like it's not about Flip. That episode was kind of dark, and it doesn't involve Flip. It involved you sharing earlier kind of the stressors you were going in, and it was like,
So I didn't see the episode that way. I saw the episode because for me it started with me kind of leading a conversation about music and what music what albums could be used to sort of provide a window into who you are, to understand you better. To me, it was brighter than that, and I thought that was the framework for the show for me. It ended up going somewhere a little dark. I agree, or a little more. I wouldn't say darker. I would just say more introspective. But that's fun.
To me, it was I'm not well, I guess I am kind of disagreeing, but like you were talking about like money issues. I think you said some story about how you were kind of giving somebody money that had your number because and I was like, that just seemed really dark to me. Like, why did you feel like you had to give someone money?
Have to is always an interesting word, but I feel compelled to give from what was given to me.
Okay.
And that's for people I know, it's for people I don't know. That's the people who I love, people who love me. And sometimes people who don't love me.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's part of my duty as a human being, but part of my duty in this society. And so I do it. Sometimes I overdo it. Sometimes I place a burden on myself that's unreasonable or unfair or unearned. And that's the thing I have to work through. I have to do the kind of internal work to figure out why I feel that burden.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the work for me.
You want to give me money?
I can't imagine anybody I would want to give money to less.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a bottle of water from this guy.
Nah, I know. I'm still
Okay, I
waiting for a
apologize.
couple, you know, but we're not
I
gonna
heard he's
talk
not
about
breaking
that.
down the WeWorks.
Nah, really.
He's not
Not
part of
busting it.
WeWorks. This is a different section of my.
Oh, I know.
price.
That's what I'm telling him about. I am WeWork.
You're not WeWork.
We gonna talk about
Yeah,
that.
I'm not
Yeah,
breaking it down.
yeah,
I'm not
nah.
busting his money.
All right. Well, I have to do it.
And he
you
leaves
know.
his wallet on the table as he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
give him money.
That's why. Look how empty it is.
You talking about this money? There's nothing but big faces in there.
Yeah, look at this.
I see like 3 cards in there, dog.
This
Oh
is
yeah, and
a
they
good
dark colored cards too.
33.
Scamming. That's why he got that sunglasses
I'm
on.
saying.
Scamming. I could tell a New York scammer.
I'm not saying I'm not a scammer, but what we have to talk about, and in a serious fashion, and I hope you're able to right the ship right now after your
Right.
water.
Right, this shit.
Right, isn't it right? But
You know,
anyway,
I wasn't correcting you. I was just I'm anticipating what the
Tricky
question's going to
yeah,
Some tricky
yeah,
ass.
because we're
quotes.
talking about scammers and we're talking about WeWorks, and you know, this studio is an interesting studio because it's a place where Joe Budden has interviewed. Apparently, he has a Rolling Stone interview coming.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did a Rolling Stone interview here. I don't know if I should have leaked that. I apologize, but
What's done is done.
yeah,
What's done is done.
bleep it out. I don't know, but Melyssa Fords was also here. I gotta ask, did she go to the Raphael Sadiq concert?
I don't know.
Okay, was she there with you? Didn't you go?
Was she there with me? No, I was there with my wife.
Okay, you're good. All right, but anyway, Melyssa
That's
Ford.
why- yeah,
You say I'm good as if I gave a tricky answer.
No, you're right.
Then no, I was. I
Not
think
'cause you know what it was? One of my.
if you asked me if I saw her there, no, I didn't know she was there.
Was she there?
now
You said she was there.
Was she there?
I don't know that she was there because
Okay.
I didn't see her.
So
but if
you-
you're saying she was there, I'm saying I don't.
Okay, my bad. No, because I had one of my followers tell me to ask this question. It was probably a dumb question.
Oh,
No.
I was confused by it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was supposed to be a random factoid.
if she was there, then she was there. A lot of people. I mean, it was thousands of people there.
Okay, but you didn't see her there.
I did not see her there.
Okay, cool.
And I didn't know she was there.
All right, Melyssa Ford. She has disappeared since August.
Is that how long it's been?
Yeah, August 21st was the last episode that it aired, so it might have been like the 19th or something when she was recording. I don't know.
Okay.
As of now, do you know what happened to Melyssa Ford?
Say more.
She hasn't appeared on the show.
Do I know? Like,
She's-
ask me a more direct question. I'm going to be clear. Hold on. Let me stop. I'm going to answer all of your questions as directly and honestly as I can.
Okay.
But so assume that if I'm asking a follow up, it's not to avoid answering.
No
It's
problem.
It's
Go
for
ahead.
clarity. No, I'm just saying I don't want you.
that makes sense.
That way we don't end up with a kind of
Like a
adversarial
social
exchange.
audio exchange. No, but
Yeah, like you know, it'd be like
wake it up.
Exactly. It's like it's not that deep. I'm just trying to understand.
No,
the question.
all right.
ducking
If you're asking me where she is, I don't know.
Do
if you're
you-
asking me if
Is she a co-host of the Joe Budden podcast? To your knowledge,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. I make a point not to ask those questions.
Answer
To ask those questions.
at the pod.
Yeah, about anybody. And no, at work, in any job I'm at.
Okay.
I come to work and I work with who's there.
Fact.
Okay. So you don't know if she's coming back. Do you expect her to come back?
It's an interesting question. There was a moment where I would have said absolutely 100%. And with every passing day that you don't see somebody that diminishes.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
So that's how I see it.
Did you see the opening of the podcast where she was taken out?
Oh, I saw it I did not see it myself, but I saw people posting it on like the JVTV spaces.
Yeah, the Joe Budden communities, for
Yes.
anybody's wondering.
Yeah. They said it. Like I woke up at like 6 or 7 a.m. and they were like, she's out of the opening credits. You know, but I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I don't know if that means that someone is out because they're gone or if it means they're out because they're just not on the show for a period of time.
Okay. Do you think she can come back to the show? And if so, in what role? Like, do you think it could be like the same as it was before after a couple months?
I think so. I don't.
Yeah.
because I don't know the details of why she's not there, that's harder to answer.
Okay.
But I see no reason why she couldn't be here. I don't see a reason.
When you were at the show, did you get the sense that she felt at home during recordings?
What do you
Like, did she feel comfortable there? Because
Yeah.
for me, it
Or is it-
always felt like the odd man out. Like, it was always interesting because for my channel, she is like the biggest view getter. Like when I do a video about Melyssa
Yeah.
Ford,
I can see that. Not me.
yeah, you too. But prior, I think it's her as far as how many videos I've done about her that get mad views.
I know.
Is this a problem that happens on the show? Do you guys get on your phone all the time? What's going on?
Because we're starting late, I have to know. I didn't want to stop the interview. Now, if you want to pause, I can. I'm letting my wife know what time I'm going to be home later, or I can leave earlier.
Oh, whoa!
No, that's not a threat. I'm just saying, like,
that's a threat.
no, I'm saying if you, I can either we can pause, or I can finish sending this text, or I can.
All right. Time out, guys. Time out.
Yeah.
It's a family check-in.
Yeah. I told my wife I'd be home at 9. Like I'd be done at 9:30, but you want to make me look like a bad guest while you do it.
No, he definitely.
You could have just said pause while I look at my questions.
He's like, is that what you do on every podcast?
No,
but yes, to answer your question, yes, that is what I do.
It creates more tension if I'm like, all right, time out. You're on your phone. All right. All right. So I put, what's funny? I put more, but anyway.
And I will revisit my phone a couple more times just to make sure everything's good.
Okay. No, because I was looking at the pod and I remember Joel seems to have an issue with the phones. So I was like,
I think being off the phone while on air makes sense.
what do you think
If
about
they
them?
give you water.
Yeah.
I'm Uber eating water.
I didn't. I
don't
thought
hear
they
that.
would have water. I'm sorry, man. I
Always
apologize.
excuses with this guy.
It's always since college. It's been
It's
like
college.
that.
Oh, you went to college with this
I went to
guy?
college, man.
Where'd you guys go?
Oh, Westbury.
Oh, isn't that where
I'm
Hakeem
gonna edit
Jeffries
that
went?
out. Huh? That was where Hakeem, the Latin Kings, the guy who made Predator, not the Latin Kings, the Young Lords.
I was like,
I was not. That's not a selling point.
That didn't seem like it was making sense to me. And why you would tell there were so many layers to why that was a weird thing to say, but I was like, I'm just like
I was
rocking it.
proud at the
Somebody
time.
else.
I was gonna make a video about it.
Yeah, I was
The leader of the
Danny.
Crips, like bro, like
Salute to that. Yeah, no, but yeah, a lot of people went to Old West. But yeah, they say that the song Cool Mo D, the Wild Wild West, is about Old West, but I don't know how true that is.
I don't believe that.
Me neither. Because nothing about the lyrics indicates that
I used to
that's
live
a college.
downtown one.
Yeah, but that's what people used to say. And he went to Old West. So
I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
yeah,
Is that a fact?
yeah.
Shout out
Come on,
I
to
knew
went to-
Kumo D well.
So you're saying you saying that he never told you he went to Old West?
No. I was just thinking that's an interesting story. I
Ask him, text him.
I haven't talked to Kumo D in years. He actually used to come up to. Oh, anyway, another story for another time.
Yeah, I'm down for like a follow-up interview just about Kumo D.
I mean, that makes
you
sense.
should make it
Yeah,
happen.
that's what people are here for. Would you agree that I think there was this perception of the pod, like the narrative that you took it easy initially on Melyssa Ford, and that all of a sudden you started to ramp it up, and it was reflected in that argument that was on Patreon or whatever, and they released it like as a 7-minute clip where you were like, "Do I go at Imani as much as you, or do I?" And then you like laid it out. And then you were like, well, I guess when you receive equal treatment, it can feel like an attack. But it seemed like in that moment you were reflecting, or she was reflecting, that you ramped it up, but really what you were doing was giving it equal. But in the beginning, it was not necessarily as equal as you were going at everyone else.
I think on podcasts things happen in waves.
Okay.
When there's 7 mics, there's dynamics that emerge. Initially, me and Flip had a vibe back and forth, and me and Ish didn't have any.
Yeah.
And then there was one where me and Ish had a couple debates, and
Yeah.
then. You know what I mean? And then me and Imani started joking and teasing the more I did Patreon. So I think it just shifts based on what the topics are at a given time, what the energy is at a given time. There was no deeper reason for it.
Okay. But at some point it did ramp up, but it wasn't like intentional. It just happened to play out that way.
I think it just played out. I just think the jokes moved in that direction.
Okay. Like the way a water flows. All right.
using the water.
Yeah.
Thing.
So, yeah.
He's playing in my
Nah,
face
that
now.
was that was a metaphor.
He doesn't give me water, and then he makes all these water
Yeah,
metaphors.
yeah.
pulling that whole shit right now.
The whole shit was the
Double entendre.
Don't ask me. All right, but I just noticed you said it happens in waves. But one wave I noticed that didn't go was ice. You don't really go at ice.
I'm more of a return fire kind of guy.
Okay.
Ice doesn't shoot a lot. I don't go at Parks either. Parks doesn't shoot a lot.
You felt Melyssa Ford shot a lot?
No. But that's the way the jokes flow. So when a joke flows toward ice, I make it like we made the joke the other day about the gym.
Yeah.
Because the joke flowed that way.
Yeah.
Fewer jokes flow his way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that by design? Because if you would think
I think it's based on the commentary. I think it's just based on what people talk about. Jokes, a whole lot more jokes flow my way because now, right? So more people joke on me. You know, I think it's the ebb and flow of the show. It's the rhythm of the show.
For Melyssa Fords' last taping, which you were at, did anything out of the ordinary happen?
No.
Okay, so that's because that was the misconception maybe that I participated in, but that something happened, and that was the day of the cocaine. You ever hit the slopes? I think Manny said.
Oh,
so
I was like, cocaine? They had cocaine up there?
No, they asked Melyssa Fords.
I listened to the show all the time.
I must have missed a lot when I went to the bathroom.
To this. That was with the Patreon where they were talking about addictions, and then
that whole addiction conversation was not controversial. No one was upset about it. That's like the biggest misconception. And honestly, I was on the business end of those jokes, not anybody else from what I could see. Yeah. They were making fun of me.
Adderall and shit.
And it was pretty funny. And I'm not on Adderall or addicted to Adderall, but it made for good jokes, you know, and but that was it, just jokes.
Are you still scheduled to be on Hot and Bothered? I heard you.
I was never scheduled. Oh, okay. Like I never had like a date, but I did say I would do it, and I will do it. Yeah. Okay.
She hasn't taped in a while, so that's why I wondered.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I haven't been doing too many media. This is the first major media. I did Piers Morgan today as well, but.
Look at that. That's fine. Major media?
Yeah, but I haven't done any like major sit-down interviews in a long time.
All right.
Piers is still like commentary, but like in terms of like sitting down, this is the first one I've done in, I don't even know the last time I did one. It's been many, many, many months.
Salute to Piers. All right. I want to talk about Joe Budden like I normally do. It's time to do it. How did you end up on the Joe Budden show? Who initiated that conversation?
Joe.
Okay.
Joe. We had a conversation about something unrelated to the pod, just kind of talking, and I hit them with the, hey, I'd love to come on sometime, or maybe he hit me with the, you know, you should come on sometime. I don't remember which one, but it was one of those things where a lot of times Hollywood people will say that.
Yeah,
and don't mean it.
We should do lunch.
Yeah, it's like we should do lunch, you know, or I'll have water there. And then we ended up both meaning it. It was like, why don't you come this Friday? And I was like, okay. And we did it, and we had a great time. So that was the first like plant seed in my head. Like, oh, this is fun. I'd love to do this again.
So it was supposed to be a one-off.
Yeah, this was like like 6 months before I joined the show.
Interesting.
Okay. It was a Patreon episode.
I think you went on the Bronny James rant.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, damn, you're going hard at Bronny.
It was a fun episode. It was a really fun episode. And then we didn't talk about it. It was just kind of it. And then maybe like June-ish, May, June, Joe hit me to ask how things were going and what I was up to. And we had a little bit of a conversation. We just had a conversation, you know. Mm-hmm. He didn't hit me up like, hey, do you want to come and be a part of the podcast? We just said, let's talk. And we talked and we kicked around some ideas. And doing the podcast was one of them. And we still walked away, if I remember correctly, I walked away not saying yes. And he didn't walk away, he didn't offer it to me. It wasn't like, do it, and I said no. It was more like we were just still kicking around different ideas. And then maybe a month later, it hit me like, I was still thinking of good ideas. And do you normally like type emails while you do interviews?
No, I'm adjusting my questions upon your responses.
Wow. Yeah. You can't do that from your brain?
He be looking at porn sometimes too during the show.
Look at that.
I don't need to see your work.
Yeah. Well, I just thought I'd show my work to the professor.
No, but Joe and I had more conversations, and then it was like, you know what, this might be a good fit. I thought about it, you know, and I watched the show. And then I watched the show with a different eye. So I watched it as a fan, but watching it like as not just a fan, but like this could be my job. You look at it through a different lens. Yeah. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is dope. This is where I want to be. This is where I would want to be. And so I asked, I talked to friends, family, you know, thought it through a little bit, and made my decision.
Did you consult Charlemagne?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering what friends were their family were, but not like people in media.
Yeah, I have friends outside of media.
Okay.
Although I did ask friends in media too. I talked to Van Lathan, for example. I asked him.
What's up?
I had some friends in media.
Okay.
I asked some friends in media, but they weren't the only people I asked.
Okay.
Honestly, more of my friends, that's a couple of my frat brothers. I asked people who watch the show and say, could you see me on there? Because that to me is part of the thing. Like I didn't never want to disrupt anything. So if somebody is a diehard fan, they pay the Patreon fee, they're into it, they know the characters, they know all the narratives, and they say, yeah, dog, you should not do that.
Yeah.
You would suck on it.
Yeah, or you would suck. That would be concerning. But they didn't say that. They said they thought it could work. And that was enough for me. And I know myself, and self-awareness is something all humans struggle with in certain parts of their life.
1,000%.
But in this area of my life, I'm pretty good and I'm pretty self-aware. And I know what I can do and what I couldn't do. And I knew I could be a contributor to the show.
Yeah, I remember you said the show had no B mic. Do you still feel that way?
I don't think that's what I said. I think what I was saying was the show didn't have a single B mic, meaning I think there are multiple B mics. Joe was an undisputed A mic, and that's just not just the format of the show, but his extraordinary talent. Joe is as talented as anybody I've ever worked with. You know, he is the most talented person I've ever worked with.
Okay.
By far, actually. And he's a clear A mic. But then what I said was, if I remember correctly, there are these moments in the show where sometimes Flip is a clear B mic.
Yeah.
There are moments where Mel is a clear B mic. There's moments where, Ice, say on the music session, is a clear B mic, et cetera, et cetera. So there's not a clear... It's not a hierarchy like that. It's not like the military, People kind of do the job. But I still think it's that way. I'm not the B mic.
I think by profile, you just get assigned the B mic role.
Yeah.
So you're able to do a lot of things that other cast members can't do, like segue and like introduce conversations, take over the show for a little bit. I don't think anybody else does that really.
I think other people...
perception of maybe Flip, maybe.
I was going to say Flip does it and others do it. But I think it just depends on what the topic is. But again, the whole alphabet mic conversation to me is often more important to the fans than it is to us up there. I think when we're up there working, we're not thinking about that. We just flow. And I just try to kind of flow as naturally as possible. And I try to get in where I fit in the flow of a conversation.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's the fans, but I also think it's the namesake of the show. Like, I feel like he's often levied critiques against people by saying you're not the A mic or you're not the B mic of your own show. But I agree, maybe for you guys.
I've never heard that,
yeah.
so I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. So you get there, and one of the storylines is that, people don't really, didn't welcome you well, and Joe's saying that,
I was welcomed.
Okay.
I was welcomed.
All right.
I think the only moment where I didn't feel welcomed was before I got there, when I'm watching it on TV.
Okay.
That clip that we teased him about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's...
Why didn't you feel welcome? What was the clip, if you don't mind me sharing, that you was like, oh, wow?
I mean, we've talked about it on the show a bunch of times.
Talk about it with me, Mark.
It's when he said Marc Lamont Hill's joining the show. And it wasn't like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
It was a variety of reactions, but they've explained that it was much more about how it was delivered to them than their feelings about me.
Yeah.
And I never took it personal. But from the moment I got there, the moment I walked on set, I was well received by everybody. I was shown love by everybody. I was given tips by everybody. I was given support by everybody. It's been nothing but love.
What's up?
I want to follow up with that because that's one of the questions on my list about this section is do you feel like Joe plays into co-host beef too much, where he will almost get on his Mona Scott Young? Like, I hear about the VH1 shows where people will be like, oh, yo, Mark said something wild about you. What do you think about that?
No. I mean, and I've worked at VH1, and I've been on sets where that's happened, where they go to the people and kind of invite beef, encourage. Joe doesn't do that. No, I don't think so.
Like Vince McMahon or some shit.
But I mean, it's funny because the clip you referenced, I remember Ish saying that, the reason we were upset is because Joe came in that day saying he needs to make a change. And I was like, that's exactly a VH1 type tactic.
Maybe, or it's an honest tactic. Maybe he was just giving an honest opinion on what was going on. Now, we could have conversations about where to have that conversation.
Yeah.
But I think he was being honest about what he felt. I'm not saying what the show needed. I wasn't there. But I think he was being honest. I think the other cast members were being honest in terms of how it made them feel. And I think that's dope that there's that level of transparency and honesty on the show.
Is the show stressful? Because it just seems like you're always talking about having sleeping issues, and it's is the Joe Budden podcast? Wait, let me finish. Is the Joe Budden podcast adding to that, or is it serving as more of an escape?
Neither.
Okay.
My sleep issues precede Joe Budden podcast, and they're bigger than that. You know, it's just life stressors. You know, and I've never been a good sleeper. I haven't been a good sleeper in decades. So that's the first part, and it's not like I'm terrible. I'm not like I'm up tossing and turning all night. It's just
Listening to Spaces.
yeah. Listen, it's not when I listen to your Spaces, I go right to sleep. It's actually great.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
That's what Ian wants from me.
Got that NyQuil.
He actually hit me
space.
up like, make Mark go to sleep. Talk about your fucking college. He did that. Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if he didn't say
Yeah.
that. But no, it's I'm up working. I'm trying to solve problems. I'm writing. I'm thinking. It's not stress from like trauma. It's not stress from guilt. It's not stress from like physical pain. It's just like, you know, I'm just working and trying to juggle a lot. I'm a busy person and I'm trying to make things happen. The pod doesn't add to my stress. No, I mean, I can't think of a day where it did. Maybe 1 day or 2 days in life in a year. And I'm just saying that just so that later on you won't be like, aha. But I can't think of one.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it reduces my stress. I don't think work is. I don't look to work to reduce stress.
It's a bad idea, right?
Yeah, I think the pod is a place of joy. When I'm there, I'm not thinking about the things that stress me, in a sort of active way, but they're still in my brain. You know, it's, like there are things I do that, like if I'm at a basketball game or I'm at a concert, like everything washes away. I'm in a trance. I'm not in a trance when I'm at Joe Budden podcast. I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying my colleagues. I'm enjoying the work.
Okay.
It's so dope.
What I have a couple questions. How could the podcast get better?
How could the podcast get better?
How are you gonna get the Golden Globe?
Make them the A mic.
Make them the A mic. I think that's a bad idea to say publicly.
I think sometimes basketball. I'm gonna use basketball metaphor. Is that okay?
You get on me for using sports analogies, but go ahead.
I don't. I'm not. They get on me for using them. I want to make sure you are
Said it
going
on
to.
Spaces. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
you're going to join the chorus. Sometimes teams get better by adding, trading, etc., changing their style of play, firing the coach, etc. And then some teams get better just by continuing to play together.
Mm-hmm.
I think this show gets better by us just continuing to play together.
Uh-huh.
You know, in the last year, I've learned people's preferences, styles, needs, etc. And it's made me a better colleague, a better teammate. And I think all of us just have to keep doing that with the people who are on the floor on any given day.
Okay. Do you see yourself on the podcast long term, like 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah.
5 years?
Sure. Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
2 years is easy. 5 years for anything in life is hard.
Yeah.
You know, but I'd like to be.
Mhm.
And I hope that happens. And I don't see any reason why I wouldn't. You know. But, you know, you asked me to project what I'm going to do when I'm 51, 52 years old. I don't know.
Wow, and I feel like you look younger than that, so I didn't even. I'm not trying to gas you.
It's these grays, man.
OG.
Yeah. So I don't know, Mark. This is the end of my line of questioning. Do you have any thoughts so far? I know you got your water.
This is great, man. It's been a great conversation. I'm happy to leave.
Thoughts about me as a person now that you see me? I know we've met before.
We've
for
met
the
before.
Ian and Mark show.
I think you really want to know what I think?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I think that at your core, you're a decent person.
No, you don't know him that well, then. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
That's bad.
My bad.
I think there's a small part of you that seems uncomfortable with peace and uncomfortable with
That could be the
friendship
name of my book, Uncomfortable with Peace.
That's fine.
and uncomfortable with friendship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's a way that sometimes when things are too cool, you throw a jab in. Things are too cool, you kind of light something up. And sometimes it's like it can just be cool.
Yeah.
That's my observation from the outside. And I know you make content. And so separating the content maker from the person is hard because I've never had an engagement with you outside of content. And so I find it hard. I don't always get a clear, square, straight read on you for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're not bad.
All right, thank you. I mean, do you agree with that assessment, Fritz? Or you've known me.
Nah, I don't. You ain't really. Nah, you're not a decent person like that. But listen, I'll fuck with you because you got a podcast. You know? Listen, we doing things.
Yeah,
together.
Fritz,
that's
were
my
you-
brother.
Were you paid to be a co-host in this episode?
We working on a lot of things. You know what I mean? We was on Spaces yesterday. We was talking a lot of stuff. We gonna figure that out. But yeah.
Do you feel like if you are paid that you've earned your check today?
That's a great question.
I mean, listen, I get it. Listen, he cultivating the interview, so I'm just here. I'm just ad-libbing, you know what I'm saying? So
There's no judgment or critique. I was just genuinely curious.
nah,
You gonna ask me now? You gonna ask me? What?
Yo,
you gotta answer.
listen, I feel like I'm here. I
Wake it up.
Listen, I could be here with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I'm here.
I mean,
I'm here.
I think Fritzo did his thing. I mean, he's my. Not that he's Andy Richter in all sections of life, but I'm like Conan and this. He's Andy.
Nah, you ain't gonna say that. You ain't
Yeah,
gonna,
ain't no-
nah, I'm not that. I'm Fritz Jean
Okay,
from Queens. Like, listen, I'm.
Talk your shit, homie. I'm with you, man.
All right, man. Well, this is about it. I mean, I don't want to go over the time that I booked. But thank you, Mark, man.
You know, I'm happy to come back.
For real?
Yeah,
No.
I would do a follow-up interview.
Seriously?
It sounds like you don't want me.
I would love to have you back, but I don't know if you want to come back.
Yeah, this isn't. I'm easy, man.
Y'all be saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying this.
Have I
is
been
you-
difficult?
No, not at all. And I actually must say that it was interesting. There was this one time I was like backstage at a concert. This was when I was a kid, like a young teenager, and I was like getting like sound drops, and Trey Songz and T-Pain and all these guys were back there. They were the biggest assholes ever. But then Snoop Dogg came, and I was like, this is the most famous guy. He's gonna be a complete dick. He was the nicest guy ever. And I must say, you're giving me, I don't want to give you a compliment, Snoop Dogg, right now, where it's like you're making sure that you do what you say you're gonna do.
That's important to me.
Yeah.
That at the very least, that's important to me.
Yeah. So I mean, if you really come back, you come back.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I absolutely would.
Okay.
Now, if you post this and you've done voiceovers, and I'm like, I hate the Joe Budden podcast. Like,
AI.
yeah.
I can see that happening too.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
feeling
But the titles are gonna be salacious.
Oh, talking about crazy. I already know.
Yeah, because when I used that space clip of you, where I was like, imagine if I ended at where you said that you didn't clarify that Flip was a snitch, was not the
Oh
snitch.
yeah, I saw that, and I was like, because I talked to Flip yesterday, and he was like, "Yo, I saw that." So I was like, "Did you hear the next sentence?" He's like, "Yeah, I heard." I was like, "Okay." Good,
Yeah,
good,
because
good."
imagine I had just clipped it there.
But that's what people do, and
Yeah.
that I just don't like. Yeah, I don't like how some people engage content. It's like I get headlines, I get making provocative statements, and I can even live with clickbait, but there's a line between that and just lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I that's the thing that always ticks me off with people. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for having me, and I'll be back soon. Does this come out this week or next week or soon?
I don't know, DJ. You know when I'm gonna get the video? Oh wow, it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, if it's coming out tomorrow, then I want to tell people that there's a new episode of the Ian and Mark show coming out this week. Should be Thursday. Do I have a rough cut? If I have a rough cut, I'm gonna show it to you. Let me see.
All right, let's sample platter. Marc
Ian
Lamont Hill, Ian, the brainchild of the Joe Budden Network. Some would say
Exclusive.
it is revolutionizing things for the network. I don't know if others would say that.
We're doing the best. We're doing the best we can. But hopefully people like this episode. It might be the best episode we've done. There was some surprises in it, some twists. I think our acting has gotten better.
Are you gonna put elevated in an episode? I want to gatekeep.
No, I mean, not this
want-
episode.
Oh, okay.
He could be in a future episode. Just he's not in this one.
I don't want to give nobody any looks. Come on, man.
Understood.
Come on, I gotta
gatekeep. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. So
Man, but yeah, everybody check out the Ian and Mark show. Hopefully, you all like it, and also check out my Patreon. For
how's that? Wait, I gotta ask. How's that going? Last question. I'm sorry, DJ.
It's going okay.
Yeah.
It's going okay. I'm happy so far. I'm grateful for people who've signed up. I'm grateful for people who signed up even as free members and are looking for more content. More content is going to keep coming. I'm proud of what we've done so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing more people build the community. So please check out my Patreon, join. That Patreon is the way that I do independent media. It's the way that I do grassroots journalism. It's the way that I remain, as they say, unbought and unbossed. So it's not just support my art. It's like, hey, y'all want me to continue to make commentary and not work for CNN? Y'all want me to continue to not work for the major networks, the corporate media outlets, and you got to support independent content makers, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity to prove myself to you, and I'll keep doing that, and hopefully y'all keep supporting.
Clap it up.
For sure.
If you can't be interesting, be brief. This is Danny from The Stop.